Hi, Girl Scouts. My name is Anna Herr, and I earned my Gold Award in 2023. Today, I'll be explaining how to leverage your project for future opportunities after you've earned the Gold Award. When adding your project to your resume, it may be tempting to add all the details that you worked so hard on. While these were necessary to make your project a reality, recruiters only spend a handful of seconds reviewing each resume. This means that it's best to write about the highlights to avoid bogging the recruiter down with detail. Highlight the measurable impact your project had by putting the how much or how many in bullet point format. This could be the number of items you distributed, number of people you led, the notable community partners you had, the number of clicks or views or shares your post received. The idea is to sum up your project in a way that conveys to the recruiter your leadership and your initiative. You can also highlight your Gold Award on your college application. As with your resume, it's best to concisely describe the measurable impact your project had in the activities or the award section of the Common Application or University of California application.
So this is an example of what the activity section on the Common Application looks like. So when you earn your Gold Award, you can either put it under activities or honors in the Common Application. There are pros to both. So starting with the activity section, you'll be asked to input the type of activity, your position, the name of your organization, and a description of the activity. So the main advantage to putting your Gold Award project under the activity section is that you get 150 characters to describe your project. Whereas if you put your Gold Award in the honors section, you aren't given a space to describe the honor. What I did and what I recommend others to do as well is make a chart in Google Docs to type out your responses to the Common App questions before you write them into the actual application. This way, just in case your work gets accidentally deleted from the Common App, you have a record of what you wrote down. Here I described my Gold Award project. So under activity type and name, I put the name I gave my project, which is Step to Specs. You can also put Girl Scout Gold Award project. And then under the position or leadership, I put founder. But if there's another title that describes your role better, feel free to use that. Under the description, I used all 150 characters to describe my project, and because you don't have a lot of space to describe it, you want to again stick to the measurable impact. So the number of things you collected, or the number of people you helped, etc. And then lastly, it'll ask you to put in the amount of time you dedicated towards your project. Now, if we go over the honors section, you can see that it looks slightly different because you're only prompted to type in the title, your grade level, and then the level of recognition. So if you decide to go this route, you would put Girl Scout Gold Award in the title, and then whichever grade you earned it in. And then lastly, you would check national under level of recognition.
If you have a particularly meaningful experience that requires more explaining, you can center one of your essays around your project. One common mistake is treating the essay as an extension of the resume by listing all the small details you couldn't fit in the activity section. College admissions officials want to get to know you, not the minute details of your project. You present yourself as a more unique applicant if you describe how you grew or how your perspective changed as a result of your project. For example, you could describe how distributing glasses to those in need opened your eyes to the impact doctors can have on a patient's life and how this experience motivated you to go into the medical field. Lastly, you can use your Gold Award in interviews if you need examples of a time you led a team or took initiative. Concrete examples that show your planning and leadership capabilities will better convince the interviewer of your ability to succeed in this position. You should look at the listed responsibilities for the role you're interested in and talk about how you exemplified each of these skills while completing your project. For example, if you're applying for a role that requires leading a team, you can talk about how you assembled your gold team, trained volunteers, and implemented your plan. Interviewers want to see that you're a good fit for the role, and calling back on past experiences reinforces that you're prepared for this job. The Gold Award benefits don't end here, though. You worked hard to build a team for your project, and you can continue to network within this community even after you finish. With your new connections, you can reach out asking for career advice, internships, or recommendation letters. Recommendation letters from your project advisor are particularly helpful as they can attest to your hard work, initiative, and concern for others. You should ask your recommender for a letter at least 4 weeks before the deadline to give them enough time. While they should be writing your letter, it's sometimes helpful to send your recommender a brag sheet or something that includes the highlights of your project. This can provide them with inspiration for the letter and specific details to include. Thanks for watching, Girl Scouts. If you have any other questions or need further support, please don't hesitate to reach out to Deanne Moore at DMOORE@girlscoutsla.org. We look forward to seeing all the amazing projects you'll create.